Hello, hello, hello. We are back again for another Biz Talk, and this time it's about mind control. Yes, it's the life of Jose Silva, a Mexican guy that did a lot of research in how the brain works, actually. So a little bit about myself. I was for long years in corporate business world. I worked a lot of hours, and I finally ended up in a burnout, a divorce, and I lost my job. So I had to change my life. Yeah, so I became a hypno-regression therapist and life coach, and I finally ended up in the network marketing industry. So that's still what I'm doing, and I love to do topics like this. Yes, so that's what I really like in life. Okay, so let's dive into the presentation. Okay, this is a portrait of Silva. Unfortunately, he doesn't live anymore. But so what? This is the story of Jose Silva. So he went from a humble radio repairman to one of the world's most respected authorities on human potential. So his first book was the Silva Mind Control Method. Yes. So let me put that one in front. So this is really an amazing book. So I started with this book, and when I read this book, I thought I want to know everything about this his method, because he talks about how you control your mind instead of your mind is controlling you. Yes, so and that's very important. So eventually he developed a whole system, the Silva Life system, and another system. So that's also what I got my hands on, but this is a very important book to start with. So when you read the book, you want to know more about this. So that is what I can guarantee you. Okay, so this is really remarkable. So at the age of 4, his father died. Yes, so he and his older sister and younger brothers, they moved with their grandmother. So they are Mexican immigrants, right? So 2 years later, he became the family winner. So what does it mean? So at the age of 4, and then 2 years later, that means that he was at the age of 6, and he was already taking care of the whole family. So inclusive his sisters and his grandmother. Yeah. So because he was cleaning shoes. Yes, that's what he did. He was not lazy to do something. He was always working. Yes, so okay, so and that was pretty remarkable. And his sisters and brothers helped him to learn read and write because he couldn't read and write. And this is beautiful, he has never gone to school except to teach. He was a teacher. Yes. So at the age of 15, he began to repair radios, and his repair business became one of the largest in the area. And from this, he financed $500,000 in 20 years of research that led to his mind training systems, because he really has a system. Yes. Okay. So that's pretty remarkable, right? So 20 years of research in how the brain works. So his interest for the brain grew because he was in electronics. So the brain is also electromagnetic, and there are pulses coming from the brain, and you receive pulses in your brain. So that's why he started his dream in how does the brain work. So he was also measuring everything that the brain does. So that was what he did. Okay, so he studied also everything about psychology and hypnosis, and he began his research on improving a person's learning ability. And he did that with his own children. Yeah, so with his own children, he used them to experiment with increasing the learning ability, and that's the IQ. Yeah, so and he was very successful with this. So what he did, the children performed better on school, so the neighbors started to ask, what are you doing with your children? Yeah, what are you doing with your children, and can you do the same with our children? So, and that's how his system grew and became more popular in his community. Yes, so um, that's also beautiful. But eventually, other people, adults, started to ask about his system, and that's how his system grew to a worldwide recognized system. Yes, so uh, his later on, Jose developed the first method in history that can train anyone on using extrasensory perception, and that's clairvoyance. We all have the ability of clairvoyance, but most people are not even aware of it because we are so pre-programmed with our brain to the world that's around us, the environment. Everything is internet. There's a lot of distraction. We are not in touch with our soul. We are not in touch with our spiritual development. We are focusing on artificial intelligence, but not on spiritual intelligence. And that's really what we are missing. So everyone has clairvoyance, yes, and we can also develop that. And that's what he did with his system. Yes, so, and he had 39 repeatable experiments to prove it. So, and it has been validated by more than 1 million experiments, which is a measure of repeatability that no open-minded scientist can ignore. So all scientists, they had a lot of comments on his methods and on his, they said it is fake and you cannot influence that, but he proved it with 1 million experiments. So you cannot ignore that. Yeah. So now there are so many people that use his system. I was one of them. Millions of people, and yeah, he unfortunately doesn't live anymore. But his daughter Laura, she continues the business. Yeah. So they are living in Texas. Okay. So this is how the famous Silva system evolved, and I really respect this man because they are a Mexican immigrants, and people have a lot to say about immigrants, that they are a disgrace for the country, that they a disgrace for the United States, and it's only bad people that enter the United States, Mexican people. It's the same in Europe. People are complaining about immigrants, but sometimes there are immigrants, they really fight for their future. Yeah, so it's not that you can discriminate people and have assumptions on what is going on. Yeah, so this guy he offered his whole life to do research on this method. Yes, and that's what he left as a legacy. Yes, it's really a legacy. Okay, so let me see. Let me show you that not only the book, the Silva mind control method, maybe you can get it in your bookstore, but there is also a whole system. That's the live system. It's DVDs that you can, with MP3 files, and you can listen to the whole system. You can find a lot on YouTube. It's for free, but when you want to have the whole system, you can buy it like this, yes, in a system. And later on, he developed another system, Silva manifesting. So how you manifest abundance in your life. Yes, that's also a complete bundle of CDs, DVDs, and you can download them and you can put them on an MP3 player and you can listen to it. It's complete with exercises, with explanation, and it goes very deep. Yeah, so you can have all the systems together in one bundle. So, and that's what I still use to the day of today, because when you have something and you use the Silva method, uh, you are amazed what is possible. Yeah, so there are all kinds of exercises. It's completely full, from a basic beginner to intermediate to advanced. Yeah, so the system is divided in 3 sections: beginner, intermediate, and advanced. So, and that's really remarkable. So I really love what this man did, and this system still continues. And when you are interested, you can put your question in the Facebook group. There's also a YouTube channel where you can connect with me. And when you have questions, just ask me, and I can probably answer them. Yes? Okay. Thanks a lot for listening to this Escape Your Past Now. You can always escape your past now. It starts with controlling your brain instead of your brain controls you. Yes, that's very important. Okay, have a nice day and see you next time.